Have you ever wondered how Star Wars shows would be ranked if we only looked at the 6th scene of the 3rd episode? Yeah, me neither, but we're doing it anyway. This list contains some epic moments and some not so good scenes. And so in dead last is none other than the Acolyte. Most of you sadly remember episode 3, but luckily the scene you were thinking about was a 4th scene, so we dodged a planet-sized bullet there. The 6th scene is however this. Not much happens here except this whiny kid gets possessed and dramatized, and the Jedi are like, hey, can we take your kids? So not really exciting. Now to be completely honest, it probably isn't actually the worst, but hating on the Acolyte brings in the views, so I had to do it. Next in 11 is going to be the Ahsoka show. The 6th scene for this one happens to be the scene I hate the most from the show. The whole scene is literally the most drawn out space battle I've ever laid eyes upon. It lasts forever, like over 10 minutes of just shooting and missing. Shooting, missing. There is not much in this world that can compete with the Leia chase scene in ObiWan, but this fight gives it a run for its money in terms of prolonged boringness. It really is just unlucky that we didn't get to see a Balin or Thrawn scene, because they were actually cool, unlike this. And number 10 is the Ewok show. I don't really know how to feel about this show as a whole. In the scene 6 from this episode 3, well, I don't know how to feel about this either. I really have no idea what in the Andor moon is happening here. I don't even know what to say about it. There really is nothing to say, but like, why does this exist? Just why? But it's kind of like, why does number 9, Resistance, exist? Now this is a clip I found for this show. I'm pretty sure it's not even from episode 3, but hey, do you really expect me to go watch Resistance on my own time? No one wants to watch, has watched, or ever will watch the show. And if you have seen it, congrats. You are one of the 17 people who has seen the show. But for normal people, this show will always have to be close to the worst. Thanks to the Acolyte though, it isn't the worst show anymore. Thanks Disney. Next, Rebels is going to come in at number 8. Now, we are past the bad scene 6s and are into the average stuff. The whole scene 6 in episode 3 is literally Phoenix Squadron meeting up with Senator Bail Organa. In terms of exciting, this is not it, but while it may not be a winner, it definitely isn't a loser like the ones before. R2 also is in this scene, so like plus 74.5 points for that, I guess. I don't know. Now seems like a good time to tell y'all that Tales of the Jedi and Tales of the Empire plus Visions will not be on this list because they are too short, so they don't have a 6th scene. Please don't ask where these shows are in the comments because they're not on here. So anyway, next is a show that should never be put this low, but unfortunately it is. At 7 is the Clone Wars. It is fair to say that this show got unlucky as the show as a whole is spectacular, but episode 3's 6th scene is just Anakin and Plo Koon taking this crazy shortcut, and of course it was Anakin's idea to take this horrid idea of a shortcut because it is always Anakin's idea. That really is just the entire Clone Wars. I really just wish we could have had some even better Anakin moments, but we gotta take what we got. The scene isn't all that bad, but I could not justify putting it above the next 6 because the next 6 are just better. Number 6 is going to be Book of Boba Fett. This show's 6th scene is luckily not the spin, but it is actually something good. We have Boba Fett fighting the gangsta Wookiee in his Mando boxes, and while it's not the best fight ever, it is at least a fight. It was really just basic action, and then at the end, Disco Squad pops in to save the day. Because in modern Star Wars, the characters we actually like can never actually win a fight without some characters we do not care about coming in to save the day. And oh my gosh, it's this guy. Why did you spin? I don't understand. At number 5 is the Space Jesus show. This show may have been more average than my love life, but this 6th scene in episode 3 was pretty funny to me. It is Obi-Wan and Leia riding on the back of this guy's speeder truck when some Stormies hop on and they're just kind of looking at each other like, who are you? Are you bad? Nah. And as a person who is always awkward, this scene just reminds me of an average day at school. That is until Obi-Wan starts blasting these fools to pieces. Nice to see the old man did not lose his touch after all. He was really just owning these whiteys and even sliced one in half. So uncivilized, Obi-Wan. And actually on second thought, this does happen at school quite. Number 4 is Young Jedi Adventures. Now as a man of culture, I refuse to watch any kids show except the Looney Tunes and some other classics, so I have never seen this show. But this scene blew my mind. I have no idea who this little blue man is, but I have never seen such muscle. This thing probably weighs like 1,000 pounds, or for you strange people over the sea, 455 kilograms. And this little blue man is just moving around like lightweight. There is no way bro is natural. And if he is, I am never going to the gym again because this guy is just going to steal my girl. Entering into the top 3 is going to be the Bad Batch. Say what you want about this show, but the 6th scene of the 3rd episode is just straight out cold. We got my favorite character from the show, Crosshair, telling these clones to kill these prisoners because they are rebels, and this clone here is like, nah, that's bad, and I don't wanna. Imagine having morals. couldn't be me. Then Crosshair is like, you know why I'm in charge? Because I follow orders. Then he just straight up murders the dude, then walks off saying good soldiers follow orders. It does not get much more cold than this. You could not find such coldness in the Antarctica if you wanted to. Not even Hoth would get this cold. This is really why Crosshair is my favorite. Now, I would like to make it clear that I do not support murdering innocent prisoners. But if you want to do it, make it this cool. And speaking of cool, we got the chillest character to ever scrape Star Wars giving a speech in Andor. Now, I've seen all kinds of pump up and motivational speeches, and I've even been a part of few, but nothing has ever psyched me up as this speech right here.
It's a time when the risk of doing nothing becomes the greatest risk of all.
After that, I feel like I could take on a whole entire clone army by myself. I mean, these words are just beautiful.
There's no room for doubt on the path to success.
These words are like adding coal in a burning fire. And you know what? I'm gonna go rob a Walmart now. Now it is time for number 1, which is the Mandalorian. Now, in full honesty, I picked this random arrangement in numbers to try to get that Cyril speech in number 1, you know, for the memes, but Mando's clip was so good that I just could not justify putting anything above it. And if you're wondering what scene it is, it's this scene here where he goes to save Lil Yoda, and he does it so coolly awesome. Is that a word I can use? And whatever, I'm using it anyway. He first just blows up the wall, which on its own is pretty awesome. And then he walks in, blasts some stormies, but like not in a boring way, but like in a cool way. And then he snatches up the little green goblin and moves to the next scene. Thank y'all for watching whatever this video was, and if you want to see more videos like it, click here-ish.